Hoka hey, Alita Army. Welcome to the Alita Livestream of November the 29th, 2024. What qualities would you need to date Alita? Where we discuss all things to do with the movie Alita Battle Angel, the source manga Gundam, and the greatly desired sequels. I am your host, Creek Indian from Denver, Colorado. And it looks like we don't have any guests right now, but I suspect a couple of folks will come on. If anybody would like to come on the stream, I am putting that in the chat right now. All you got to do is click on it, and I'll bring you in, and we can talk about our favorite character and our favorite movie. Okay. And just to kind of bring you up to date, we are still plugging along here in terms of subscribers, and of course we have a lot of different channels that are in the Alita Army, and you can see below there's at least 9 of them, I think, or 10 channels there that I'm featuring on my channel. And we do all kinds of things here. We got all kinds of videos on the channel. Certainly we do streams. We have videos about Alita and Rosa, and you know, the Creek is having a great time doing this, and it's all for our girl and our queen. We want to make sure we get that sequel. And we do have Rosa's Queen Studios bust. And whenever Rosa lets me know, then we will get this bust to her. And we want her to know, of course, that this is an award, not a gift. You know, we really appreciate, admire her, and we have great affection for our queen, Rosa. And if she told Charlie and I at one point, when I told her that she was the queen of the Alita Army, she said that is a crown I would be proud to wear. So, or I would wear with pride, I guess is what she actually said. So anyway, as soon as she lets me know, we will get this bust to her. And we still got the Alita sequel petition going on. Basically, we got like 91, since I put some money into the petition itself, that was about 7 weeks ago. We've added 91 signatures, and I think probably sometime, maybe next week, I'm going to put a little more money in there to keep this thing going, because we only added 3 in the past week. So it seems that maybe that the promotion is kind of worn off. I am also going to promote it on my stream, or rather on my channel again, like I did last month. I think it came off about a week ago, but I'm going to put it back up. Hopefully that'll help as well. So if you haven't signed the petition, there it's how you do it. You just put your name and email address in there, and you will have signed a petition. If you want to donate money, you can. You don't have to. All you really, I believe, have to do is just put your name in there. I don't even think you have to put your email, but I'm not sure about that. So if you're a little nervous about putting your email into it, of course, you don't have to do that, but you definitely have to put your name in there. And you can, I believe, sign the petition as anonymous as well. So, you know, you don't have to, you know, get your name out in the internet if you're a little bit worried about that. And you can see we got 178,000 plus. And, you know, that link you see below the image on your screen is also down in the description. So you can actually put the, you know, click on that and certainly enter your name and email address, and you will have signed the petition. And we have the Alita Gaming Network. And I think this past week, we actually added 7 people. So it's up to about 37 right now, I think, something like that. So it's still pretty small. We're not really, not promoting it like you would think, you know, it's very small, you know, it's very intimate. You know, we don't have a lot of followers on the stream itself, but it's pretty, you know, contained that way in terms of the number of users. Now, this Monday, I was going to do this last Monday, but I didn't. We're going to have a watch party, and we're going to watch an anime episode of Ghost in the Shell. And that's going to be at, I believe, 10 p.m. GMT, I think it is. And I will post something in the Watch Party text channel. You can see on the left there. If you want to join, really all you need to do is get a Discord ID, and it doesn't cost anything. You just sign up for it, and you can click on that link that you see below the image there, the little Chibi Alita mascot image that we have. And you can join that way, and you can, kind of upload your own content if you want. We prefer Alita content, but if you want to load some other content up there, there's an off-topic channel, and you can upload to that. I think Matu and I, we pay close attention to this, and we police it. We haven't had any reason to do a lot of policing of it, because the Alita Army is pretty respectful. And you can basically, if you've got artwork you want to upload to it, you can do that. If you've done a video, you can do that, upload that as well. And if you do streams, you can actually put your stream URL or link in there in the clips, or rather in the live streams channel, and people can click on it and go to your stream and that sort of thing. Okay, well, we still don't have anybody here, but the Creek can talk about Alita just about the entire time, so we don't have to worry about that. Anyway, we did a stream similar to this about 1.5 years ago, I think it was. And I think the stream was, what would it be like to date Alita? And we did briefly touch on this, but we didn't go into these qualities in any great detail. We just basically said, hey, this is what to expect if you date Alita. If Alita became, your significant other, this is what you would, what to expect. But here, what we're going to do, we're going to talk about the qualities that you would need as her boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, or just her friend. This is some of the stuff that you would need, or some of the qualities, the personality traits and so forth, that you would need to date Alita or have some kind of relationship with her. Certainly you would have to be understanding and supportive. And we're going to get to that in more detail, because I got some slides coming up after this. You would have to be a very flexible person, and we're going to get to why you would have to be flexible. You would have to be someone who was in pretty good shape physically. I think she would be very hard to keep up with if you were not in very good shape physically, because she is, so you'd have to, I think she would be open to maybe have a close relationship with a human, a 100% human or mostly human. But if that's the case, though, you would still have to be in really good shape. And last but not least, you would have to love animals. If you didn't love animals, I don't know if Alita would get along with you that well, because she definitely does love animals. And you saw that in the movie. The little stray, how she took up with, or the little stray took up with her. And in the manga, even, and in the anime, she befriends dogs that are in there. I think there was Duke Fang, and I can't remember the other dog in, in the manga. Plus, I think, you'd have to hate butterflies. Yeah, that's right. I guess you wouldn't, well, I guess technically a butterfly is an animal. So yeah, that's right, bad man. You wouldn't have to love butterflies, certainly, because Alita is she's pretty frightened of butterflies, I think. And there was that one scene in the manga where her and Figure 4 and Yolg were kind of hiding in a building, and a butterfly, kind of appeared on a ledge or on a window or something. And she shot out the entire side of the building trying to shoot that butterfly. And Figure 4 basically said, after she shot out the whole side of the building, at least on their level where they were, he said, "What the hell was that?" And she's the butterfly. She couldn't stand the butterfly. And I think that's a part of Kashiro that is coming out, because I think he doesn't like butterflies as well. Okay, so once again, if you want to come on the stream, there's the link. Okay, in terms of being understanding, you would have to be a very accepting person because remember, Alita is a total replacement cyborg. She's 98% machine. She's not 100% human like we are. Now, I think her human side has definitely, she identifies with that mostly, as opposed to her cybernetic side. In other words, we've said in prior streams that since she has maintained her humanity, that, you know, she is definitely human. But you have to remember that she is a cyborg. She's not 100% human. She's not even mostly human. She is mostly machine. One other thing I think you would have to, a quality you would definitely have to have, is that you'd have to be a good listener. Alita is not particularly someone who's, how would you say, she's, I wouldn't call her a Karen, or I wouldn't call her somebody who is weak and vulnerable and is looking for, you know, some sort of validation or acknowledgement or that sort of thing for the most part. But I think the kind of what she's been through in her life, she may have some things, if you were her really, really good friend of hers, is that, you know, you would have to listen, be willing to listen to what she would have to tell you and really listen to her, not just, you know, kind of look at her while she was talking and just talking to her. I think you would have to be a very good companion, is what that would require for sure. You would definitely need to be patient with her. And we're going to talk about some of those qualities in a little while. But she does have she's got an impulsive nature behind herself for sure. She can be somewhat unpredictable. So if you're her friend, and certainly if you had some kind of deep relationship with her, you would have to be very certainly understanding, as it suggests there, but you would certainly have to be very patient with her and be tolerant to that point too, I think, because, you know, like I say, she's mostly machine, you know, and she has abilities that we do not have. And that might cause her to do, you know, take some actions that we might not actually see as normal. But I think if you're very understanding and are very patient with her, I think that would be an excellent quality for you to have if you were a very good friend of Alita's. And you certainly would have to be very supportive. Now, what does that mean, to be supportive? Well, you'd have to kind of, you know, kind of be behind her in a lot of ways. You'd have to help her with various motorball competitions. She is the second league champion. And, you know, she would probably, if you were her best friend, it would be likely that she would invite you to maybe be in the locker room or something like that, or at least be someone that she would want to help her in various ways, kind of like a grip is in a movie, or like a roadie is for musicians that travel. I mean, something like that. Any way that you could help her would certainly be a big plus. Now, you see, it says assist her as a hunter warrior. That doesn't necessarily mean that you would have to go out with her and help her, you know, hunt down marks and that sort of thing. But I do think supporting her in ways that would greatly facilitate her as a hunter warrior, she would certainly appreciate. And of course, help around Doc Ito's clinic would be a big plus if you want to do that. And in the manga, you know, one of the things about her is that, you know, she can sing and she can play musical instruments. So basically, you know, if you helped her, like maybe carry equipment, not that she would need your strength to do that, because once again, she's orders of magnitude stronger than a human. but the just sheer volume of what she would have to carry or have to get to the Kansas bar, she'd probably appreciate, you know, you helping her carrying the various equipment, you know, the instruments and say microphones, keyboards, even guitar, perhaps. She would greatly appreciate that. And one other thing that's not up there that is in the manga, just before, I guess, the Japan arc, I guess it was, and after the Motorball arc, she actually taught martial arts. And if you had any kind of ability like that, if you could help her teach her classes, now not help her teach the techniques necessarily, but just help around, as they would say in, I guess in Japan, they would call it like a dojo, or Kwun is what they call it in China, or the studio where she would teach, the place where she'd teach, you know, maybe help keep it clean, you know, help with the equipment, maintain the equipment that she might have in there, maybe help her keep up with who the students are, you know, maybe keep a roll or something like that. And you, as her, I guess, really best friend, you would have to be extremely flexible. And this goes to what I was talking about a while ago. Alita is a very, she's an extraordinary individual, for one thing. Now, granted, she is a fictional character. We know that. But, you know, as a character herself, she is kind of like a very diverse individual in terms of what she does. For instance, she can be a very loving person, and she cares deeply about any friends and family. In other words, if you were her significant other, she would care very deeply about you, you know, to the point to where she would protect you, you know, if somebody attacked you, because in Iron City, if you were her friend, obviously you would be in Iron City more than likely, unless she teleported back here to the 21st century. But, you know, one of the things about that is that it's a pretty dangerous place to live, and she definitely would protect you if it came to that. I do recall reading in Lee's fanfic that she kind of struck up a friendship with Lee's titular character, Jason. And of course, Jason, I guess the second time he was severely injured by a cyborg that just about literally tore him apart. It bothered Alita so much that she hunted down that cyborg and killed him, you know. So there's almost a revenge thing there, but she also did that because this individual, his name was Fenrir, he attacked the Ito's clinic, you know, and he was actually attacking, I guess, Gerhard. And Jason tried to intervene to protect Gerhard, and of course, this Fenrir, you know, kind of took it out on Jason, and Jason injured him, but to the point where he didn't want to, you know, go after Gerhard after that. But he nearly killed Jason, and of course, that upset Alita no end, to the point to where she hunted him down. And of course, we know that our girl can be pretty lethal, you know, so I mean, she's, you know, going to take care of business if somebody threatens her family or her friends. But this flexibility also requires something else. You have to be very understanding in that you know that she does have a temper, and she can be extremely impulsive, you know, to the point to where, I don't mean impulsive to be like stupid about it, but if she sees something like, for instance, protecting her friends or family, she's going to go for it. You know, she's not going to think about it. She's not going to sit around trying to come up with some logic behind it or whatever. She is going to act. And so that's what I mean by impulsive. It's not that it's not calculated or it's there, she doesn't formulate some kind of tactic, but you know, she will go after someone who threatens friends and family. And yes, she can be somewhat unpredictable. That's just her nature, you know, and certainly with that military training she has, you know, that can be a pretty deadly combination. And I would say, I don't think Alita, you would have to worry about Alita being someone that would go off on you, you know, like somebody who was a psychotic or something like that, if you were her, you know, friend, or you had a relationship with her, or you were in her family. I think she wouldn't do that. You know, now she might give you a gentle slap, you know, to bring you around, you know, something like that. But she's not going to attack you with the intent of injury, you know, or to try to kill you, even if you make her mad. But you would have to be aware of that unpredictability in her mood, because if she sees a threat, for one thing, she's going to react. And it's not going to be something where she's going to sit around and think about it. Is this a threat? Is this not a threat? The instant she sees or perceives a threat, she is going to attack. She is going to defend, is what she's going to do. Okay. And as I mentioned a while ago, you would have to be a very physically capable person. Now, I think some of you have heard me say in the past that I thought Hugo was kind of I think he was kind of a wimp, you know, in some ways. And I don't mean that negatively in terms of, you know, being just somebody who wouldn't fight, you know, for what he thought was right or protect someone, because he kind of did that with Alita when they were down in the underworld, and he went down there with Ito and McTeague, and to go rescue Alita when she was fighting Grishka. And he did throw that fireball bottle at her, at Grishka. So he's willing to, you know, fight for something, but he's not I wouldn't say he's a very strong individual. I think he is somewhat athletic because he's able to play motorball. But I think if you wanted to have a compatible friendship or relationship with Alita, I think you would have to be someone who is in that mold. You'd have, for instance, if you knew martial arts, if you had a brown belt, let's say, or a green belt in karate, or you took kung fu, or you did some other martial art, that would probably give you something that would be in common with her, because her martial art, even though it was specifically designed for cyborgs, a lot of the techniques that Alita uses in Panzerkunst is they have a lot of techniques in common with other martial arts style. And now, granted, Panzerkunst is a fictional martial art, but if you look at it in the spirit of it actually being a martial art, many techniques are in common. For instance, a punch is a punch, a kick is a kick. You know, I mean, the very basic techniques are going to be pretty similar. Now, she may do some, you know, different kinds of kata or some kind of movements like she did in front of the mirror, where she did snake creeps down, she did a chain punch, and she did some inward and outward blocks, you know, stuff like that. That is, a lot of those movements are very common to other martial arts styles. So in that regard, if you knew martial arts, then you would have something in common with her. And of course, that might even help you if you were going to help her around, say, if she had a martial arts school or a studio, and you helped her with that because you're a very close friend, then of course that would be a big plus too. You don't necessarily have to play motorball to be her friend, because, and certainly you don't have to be a professional motorball player, but you do have to know something about it, I think, or at least be willing to help her with, you know, preparing for a match or something like that. I think that would be a big help as well. If you were into sports, and something tells me that Alita doesn't know much about American football, obviously, but hello, Finn. I see Finn's out there. And just to remind everybody, if you want to come on the stream, I have been running my mouth and not putting it out there. There's a link. You can just click on it, come in there, and we can talk about what it would take for you to be Alita's best friend or have an intimate relationship with her or whatever. Okay, I think being athletic would really help, because Alita is very athletic. Even in her doll body, she's very athletic. If you recall her fighting in the alley against those 3 cyborgs, when she took out Romo, she started that attack by basically throwing a flying side kick that went about 30 feet, which is about 10 meters. So she's pretty capable in that area. And of course, we saw what she did to him. And the way she evaded, I guess, Nisiana when she was fighting her, you could see just the very athletic movements. Now her body, even her doll body. Yes, I am really alone there, Finn. That's okay. That's not too creepy, I don't think. So anyway, but you can see how she moves. Now, her cyborg body kind of gives her that ability, but it's, a human would have, if an athletic human, like Hugo was athletic for sure. And in the manga, she meets Figure 4. He's pretty athletic, but he's also a martial artist. So you see, they had that in common. So I think that would be, that would work in your favor, I think. And if you were physically strong, now I don't think Hugo was physically strong. Figure 4 was physically strong as fictional characters go. I think that worked very well in his favor, him being physically strong. Now, what was funny about the whole thing, those of you that read the manga know that Alita, and Figure 4 actually fought each other out in the desert or in the Badlands. And she just literally kicked his butt. I mean, she just, she was, when he tried to throw a palm strike at her, and she was so fast that she evaded it and hit him in the nose, with her own palm strike. And his thought was, oh my God, she's fast, And of course, he was still, what endeared him to her initially was the fact that he didn't give up, and she said, after she just literally just beat the crap out of him, and he's just all beat up, and he's kind of just sitting on the ground. He's just beat to death almost. And she didn't intend to injure him, obviously, but he said, no, I'm not done with you yet, or something to that effect. And her thought was, what is wrong with this guy? I've just basically beat the crap out of him, and he still keeps coming, But he is extremely strong, Figure 4 is, for a human, So I think that kind of endeared himself to her itself, And of course, being sturdy would be something I think you would have to have in just dealing with her, because now certainly you're not going to be as sturdy as she is, and you definitely aren't going to be as strong as she is. But I think if you were a sturdy individual, perhaps you are very stout, you were muscular, then I think that would be a plus in your favor. If anybody in the chat wants to add something to any of these slides, by all means, put it in there, and I'll bring that up. I'll talk about that as well. You definitely must love animals, except for butterflies. Yeah, you don't have to love butterflies, obviously. You can, but you must love dogs, certainly, because Alita loved dogs. The image on the right is one I generated AI with, I guess, Alita and my pet Newfoundland, Solly. Now, Solly passed away almost 2 years ago, so he's no longer with us. And guess who just joined? There's Angelus, from Brisbane in Queensland, Australia. Hello, Angelus.
Okay, hey, Alita. Oh, it's Sally.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go back through the slides, see if you have anything you want to add. I'm just about to the last slide, I think, of on the discussion anyway. So yeah, I was telling everybody, Angelus. By the way, Angelus, how are things down there in Queensland?
Pretty good on days off, so.
Oh, today's your day.
Yeah.
Oh, you
That's
sound like
my
you just
weekend.
got.
Yeah, I just woke up. I
Vin says, "Damn,
set my
pineapple angel." Yes.
Not quite oranges, unfortunately.
Oh, I like oranges. Okay, although it's not my favorite, obviously, which is weird since I'm really a native Floridian. You'd think I'd like oranges, but I.
What about mangoes? Mangoes
Yeah,
are
I like.
cool.
Yeah, I like mangoes. Yeah, I do. I like mangoes pretty well, you know. But yeah, I rendered that image on the right of Alita. One of the many times that Alita come to visit her Uncle Creek, she would, you know, kind of play with Sally, you know, at least in the fictional world anyway. But Alita does love animals, and I think there's another image of her asleep with a cat, you know, sleeping with her or something like that, a little white cat or something. You know, I think that was a fan made, you know, kind of image, you know. So anyway, Angelus, let me go back so you can maybe catch up a little bit. See, where was I? Right here, maybe? No, the previous. So anyway, this is kind of what was the setup. You know, some of the high level qualities you'd have to date or be, say, a significant partner, if you want to call it that, or significant other. With Alita, you know, you had some kind of very deep or intimate relationship with her. These are some of the qualities that you would need, you know, and of course, being understanding and supportive, of course, kind of goes around this. You know, you'd have to be accepting in that she is a cyborg. So, you know, you'd have to come to terms with that, I think. You know, I mean, if you remember from the movie, when Hugo, you know, picked her up and he said, "Oh, you're heavy," which I always say, "You dumbass." But anyway, he picks her up and he says, "Oh, you're a cyborg." And she kind of looks down. It's almost like there was maybe some sort of, how would you say, you know, bias or almost similar to racism, I guess, you know, against cyborgs and particularly total replacement cyborgs. And of course, he says, "Oh, no, I was just admiring your hand," you know. So, but you'd have to be accepting of that. So, anyway, what are your thoughts about those, particularly the top three? I got another slide on supportive. So, what's your thoughts about that, Angelus?
Oh, just that it's got a not be a cyborg jacker.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
can use Hugo.
Yeah. You don't, yeah. Well, if you're a cyborg jacker and you know, and she finds out about it, you might be in danger, perhaps. You know, although I guess she found out about Hugo and she didn't really hurt him in any way, I guess. So, and of course, in terms of being supportive, here are some of the things I said that you could do that would help you with your relationship or deep friendship with Alita. If you could help her out at Motorball and these various activities right there. So what are some of your thoughts?
Sorry. Hang on. What the
No, it's all right.
stupid Windows. Well, all of them still tick boxes, but I mean, as long as you're still the person that I guess that she like fell in love with, as opposed to like yes, Hugo, and this is probably the only time I'll talk positively about Hugo.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, while he did jack cyborgs, he was still the person that Alita fell in love with when he first met him.
Mhm.
And then eventually by being herself, he ended up changing because he found
Yeah.
something that he wanted more than, jacking cyborgs.
Yeah.
But too
Yeah, it
little,
was
too late.
exactly. Yeah, what was it he told Tanji? He said, if he was out, and if you had any brains, you would leave us behind too, or something like that. So
Yeah,
yeah, she definitely influenced him, didn't she?
yeah.
What about helping her as a hunter warrior there, Angelus? I don't mean you being a hunter warrior, but maybe assisting her behind the scenes or something like that, helping her out with logistics or research or whatever, to help find marks or whatever. What do you think about that? Are you there, Angelus?
Oh, mic's muted. Whoops.
Oh. Yeah.
But yeah, something else I wanted to show that's also another James Cameron production. That some people are also saying that
Dark Angel
influenced Alita, I guess.
Yeah.
At least to the point where when Cameron produced, I'm not sure if he directed or not, but he produced it, and that probably what planted the seed that when Del Toro came along and introduced Alita, he was like, I want to make a movie about that.
Yeah. And that was what's her name? She was in Fantastic Four.
Yeah, Jessica Alba and Michael,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, another pretty Latina.
And
Yes.
Going off what you were saying earlier, especially in the being supportive tab, if you will, you can, run logistics if that's your thing. Do the number crunching, be the accountant.
Yeah.
I mean, how much more efficient would Doc Ito's be? Doc Ito's clinic be if he, sort of delegated.
Yeah, I may have to start watching it. I did watch one episode of Dark Angel, and I liked it. It's the one when she swims up on the ship, I guess, or whatever that boat was. And so I got that saved on, God, I forget, it might be, I think it is YouTube. Yeah, Jessica Alba's okay in my book. Look at that. Jason Ackles says Jessica Alba was horrible on Dark Angel. I didn't see. I only saw
Supernatural.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I saw the first. Now I didn't see all the episodes. I only saw the first one. I thought she was good. I don't know. But oh well.
But in any case, so yeah, that's what I wanted to have as a bit of a thing. You can, especially like I said, being supportive, assist her as a hunter warrior. You can do the investigating, see where the target's local hangouts are.
Yeah.
Like if he has any tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, kind of be like a strategist for her, right?
In a manner of speaking, yeah.
Yeah.
Or trying to think if Doc Ito knew more about his targets, like when he was hunting down Nisiana.
Yeah.
It's like she usually is seen hanging out with other cyborg assassin or cyborg killers, such as Romo and Gruishka.
I guess he was just after Nisiana, not being aware that Romo and Gruishka were the three of them were a team. I guess he wasn't aware of it. So if you were like a strategist for Alita and you did research on that, then I guess you would let her know, hey, this this person is not a lone wolf. This person has two other people helping them, and you know, that are murderers like she was, and you know, here's who they are, and here's how they operate. You know, here's how they team up. You know,
Well,
yeah,
Doc Ito knew in hindsight that it was a trap. If
yeah,
he
that's
was,
right.
I guess, I don't know, for lack of a better word, more switched on,
Yeah,
then he might have even realized that he was being led down the alleyway, perhaps to ambush him.
yeah.
Then all of a sudden, the leader came along and sprung the trap anyway. But
Yeah, well, she didn't. Well, what was neat about that whole scene was she didn't realize at that point that she could do what she did to those three cyborgs. I mean, yeah, she, you know, there's another thing we got coming up. It says that she's kind of impulsive, or you know, not, I wouldn't call her impetuous, or you know, just randomly repulsive, but she will act. She sees something, she will act. For instance, she saw that Doc Ito was being threatened by Nisiana and Romo, and of course, Grishka was in the background. What did she do? She didn't think about there were three of them, you know, and just two, or just one of me, and Ito was basically injured. She didn't think about that, did she? She went after Romo, is what she did, and pounded his ass into the pavement, basically, you know. So, and that's what. Well, that's on the slide coming up, but.
we'll discuss more when the slide comes up because I got a few things.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. And of course, you know, she does in the manga, she does sing in the Kansas bar. So, you know, if you could help her, like carrying, not, as I mentioned then, she doesn't really need your help to carry stuff in terms of physical strength, you know, but if there's a whole lot of different instruments that she plays, you could help her by carrying maybe a couple of the lighter ones, you know, let her carry the heavy ones, you know, or something like that. But just helping her out, you know, in setting up and stuff like a roadie would do, you know, or a stagehand, you know, would do at like a concert or something like that.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
Kids.
yeah,
Sorry, I'm reading out loud.
oh, okay. And of course, there's Uwu up there. That's for sure. And as we were talking about flexibility, you know, Alita's kind of got like two. She's not bipolar by any means, but she's kind of got two sides of herself. She can be very caring and very loving, particularly when it comes to her friends and family. But you threaten her friends and family, she will go sideways on your ass in a heartbeat, you know. And she does, as I mentioned a while ago, she does have a bit of a temper, you know, and she is impulsive. I mean, she will act, you know, without thinking of the consequences, particularly if someone she loves is being threatened, she's going to act. You know, she's not going to sit around and try to calculate or, you know, try to negotiate or whatever. She is going to take action immediately. And of course, she is unpredictable in that regard, you know. So anyway, but you got anything to add about her being flexible with her in terms of how, if you, Angelus, if you were dating Alita, what is not up there that you would want to have in terms of flexibility?
And what is up there that I don't have, or what isn't there that I do have?
What is not up there that you do have?
Well, somewhat unpredictable. I always live by the old saying, you know, expect the best, prepare for the worst.
Yeah.
Can be impulsive.
Yeah.
That's where you have what's the word I'm looking for? When you just sort of you know, as long as
Like you
don't
have her
put
back or something, or
just be prepared to. Actually, the best way to put it is to be prepared to let her make her own mistakes, I guess.
yeah. But also, remember when they went into the Kansas bar, she told Hugo, she said, "Just watch my back."
Yeah.
So if she acts, you know, you would definitely want to, you know, kind of back her up. You know, if you know, if there was a threat to her, you know, like Hugo kind of paralyzed that one of
Oh
Japan's.
yeah, but like Hugo stayed out of that for most of it, although his role wasn't exactly a fighter per se.
Yeah,
But you know, so you know, you let her make her own mistake. You let her, you know, piss Doc Ito off
yeah,
because he knew that he wouldn't have been too happy. But if someone was about to, you know, smash a chair over her head and possibly damage the doll body that Hugo showed so much interest into at the beginning, then you know you give him a bit of a tase.
yeah,
Don't tase me, bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you'd want to have her back. You know, I mean, and certainly if she got into scuffles like that and you protected her, you know, having her back, as they would
Yeah,
say, then that'd go a long way with her, I think. Because remember, she said, "Thank you, Hugo," and had that real pretty smile, you know, and then went off to kick somebody else's butt, you know, something like
yeah.
that. So, okay. Now here's another one I said that would probably, all of these would probably be really a big plus if you were. Now, of course, for you, Angelus, martial arts would definitely, I mean, you would have a lot in common, just like her Uncle Creek would have a lot in common with her, you know, because, you know, you're more current with martial arts than I am, but certainly I know, I still know a lot of movements, you know, and stuff like that. So I think that commonality would be a big plus with her, I think, particularly
Yeah.
if she was, if she, you remember in the manga, she taught that she had a martial arts class she was teaching, or she was teaching some cyborgs and humans how to defend themselves, I guess, you know, basically. And, you know, if you knew martial arts and could help her, uh, then I think that'd be a big plus. Yeah, that's right, Finn. Alita is not a liar. That's right. She's pretty much a straight shooter in that area, isn't she? She doesn't, you know, yeah, she doesn't bend the truth, you know. Yeah. Anyway, that's kind of some of the bullets I came up with that would be a big plus for you if you had these kind of qualities or attributes. You know, I think that would go a long way with her. And I don't think it would limit her feelings for you, you know, if you didn't. But I think if she had any kind of feelings for you, whatever they may be, and you had these attributes, I think that would probably enhance her feelings for you, I think. I don't know. What's your thoughts?
Oh, well, she didn't know anything about Hugo and just, you know, fell for him. So
Yeah, yeah, that's right. So, yeah, she didn't know she had any of these attributes. She just knew he was cute at that point, didn't you? So,
so
I
where's
like,
Ooh?
yeah, yeah, that's right. I've done videos where I stop, you know, stop it when he's looking at her when he first picks her up. And a couple of them, I said, "Yeah, cute, isn't she, Hugo?" So, like that, you know, Badman says, "Help by being her training dummy."
That's
Yeah,
also true.
yeah, that's right. I mean, if you knew martial arts, you probably would spar with her at some point. Now, she'd take it easy on you, obviously, if she had deep feelings for you. You know, I mean, she wouldn't be trying to hurt you or anything like that. But she would probably frustrate you to the max, wouldn't she? Because you'd be trying to hit her or something like that if you're sparring with her, and she would probably block every punch, you know, and maybe tap you on the forehead or something like that, let you know, I'd have got you if I'd have really punched you, you know, or something like that. And it'd probably be a kind of a funny type thing, that if she sparred with you like that, particularly if she was in her berserker body. I mean, there's no way you could even land one shot on her at all, and even in her doll body, you probably couldn't do it either. So anyway. But what do you think, Angelus? Now you're into martial arts. How do you feel that would go if you had some kind of we don't have to call it a relationship, we call it just a very deep friendship, and she would want to spar with you. How would you feel about that? You would do it, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
Oh, I would too. Even though I haven't sparred, Dan told me one time if I ever come to Tampa that I'd have to spar with him. I said I have no problem with that as long as we lift weights too. So I haven't sparred in 50 years. But I'd spar with him. So yeah, that would probably be fun. So physically strong. That's one that I identify with mostly, of course. And as strong as I think I might be, if she was a real person, I wouldn't even be in the same level at all. I wouldn't even be in the same ballpark as her. This is a person that can curl 800 pounds, with one hand. Creek's not going to be able to do that. I can curl 100 pounds, which is about what, 20, I don't know, well, I know about 45 kilos, I guess. I can curl 45 kilos, a dumbbell, but Alita can curl a lot more than that. She can curl probably, 200 to 300, maybe 300 or 400 kilos, herself. So, that would be, maybe almost 10 times as much as I could curl. But, the thing about that would be, is if we ever lifted weights together, that would be a fun thing, but she would humble me pretty easily. She could probably bench press 3,000 pounds. And I can't come close to that for sure, but it would still be fun, and I think if it was fun for you to watch her do something like that, and she appreciated you as a human, I think that would be another positive trait, that would help, I don't know, enhance the very deep friendship or relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what else. And of course, that one, loving animals. Certainly, yeah, you'd have to love animals, I think. Well, maybe not, but that would help you if you did, I think. If you loved animals. Do you have a pet, Angelus?
No.
But of course, Alita really hit it off with a little stray, I guess, on the left. And I told the folks out there, when as many of the fictional character Alita comes to visit her Uncle Creek at the Kansas bar in Denver, she plays with Solly, although that wouldn't happen now, obviously. But that she has we know she has an affection for dogs, and she probably likes cats too, I would think. That'd just be my guess, because she's so good with dogs. I think she's not just a dog person. Anyway, what's your thoughts?
She'd pretty much like anything other than butterflies.
Yeah, that's what Badman said. So, okay, well, I can't think of anything else. So this would be a real short stream, I guess. Of course, we would. This is what
it's always a short stream whenever you forget Uru.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's some woo on the left there, isn't there? So, but anyway, like I say, if you were, just, understanding, of course, just being a good friend to her, I think would go a long way. And as we said, you'd have to be extremely flexible. What is this? Finn says he's had a hamster and a guinea pig. Okay. Yeah, I think Alita would love little animals like that as well, certainly being a flexible individual, being able to adapt to what she does is what really what we're saying there. You know, if you can't do that, then you're probably not going to have a very good, you know, relationship or deep friendship with Alita, because she, I mean, just her being a cyborg, you know, that's gonna put a demand on anyone who's just a human, you know. And you know, if you were a cyborg like she is, that might be a little different, but you know. And of course, as we said, being physically capable and loving all sorts of animals, not just dogs, but yeah, what is this, Finn? Meeresschweinchen, creaky. Ich weiß nicht. Was ist das, Finn, auf English? Meeresschweinchen. Maybe little pigs, I guess. Something like that. Is that what that is? Yeah, guinea pig. Yeah, okay, I got you. All right, yeah, that's right. Oh, I should have known that. Golly. Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. That's all I could come up with on this one. And of course, here in the U.S., we were kind of hampered a little bit by Thanksgiving, you know, because that took a lot of time with family and stuff like that. Plus, I had some work to do earlier in the week. So, all right, then. I don't guess we missed anything, did we, Angelus?
No.
That you can think of. We're missing the, I guess we're missing a lot of the ooh-woo, I guess. You know, we're missing that stuff. We're missing our sequel. That's for sure. And as you can see in the center panel there, you know, Alita loves her Uncle Creek, and that's because he wants wants a sequel and wants even a series. If we get even that, I'd be happy with that as well. And I can't think of any other topics.
No.
I think a lot of folks are busy this time of year too, so that's another thing. Yeah, we do, Finn. There's our queen, Rosa, and of course that's her in front of the Pasadena Playhouse. We, you know, all of us in the Alita Army, we just love Rosa to death. She's great. As a matter of fact, Rosa actually, I don't know if you guys are aware of this. Yeah, Chaos, I see you're out there. If you want to come on just for a few minutes and, you know, hawk some of your stuff, you can do that. Yeah, only half duration because I guess the topic was a little lighter this time. But anyway, Rosa basically is she landed a spot on a American TV series on the Columbia Broadcasting System, or CBS, called Einstein. And basically what it is that it's you know, I guess this guy, you probably, he's not well known if you're not in the U.S., I guess, but this guy named Matthew Gray, I always butcher his last name, Gubler. He's done a lot of directing on some other TV shows, but he plays Albert Einstein's grandson, I think, or great grandson, or something like that. And you know, he kind of gets in the scrape with the law a little bit, and of course they kind of. And now this is my understanding. I haven't seen anything. Certainly, she didn't tell me anything about it, you know. But you know, basically, Rosa plays a detective in this thing, and she goes to Einstein's great grandson. She didn't tell me.
Okay.
Anyway,
Can you hear me?
how's it going, Chaos?
Oh, can you hear me there?
Yeah, you're kind of over. I think you're bleeding over on your mic a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's loud.
Yeah,
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. New microphone. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. So anyway, let me get through with Rosa here. Anyway, she plays this detective, and Albert Einstein's great grandson she asks him to help her solve these really complex cases because he's supposed to be like a genius or something like that, you know, being Einstein's great grandson or grandson or whatever he is. Of course, he's going to be a genius, you know, in the show, you know. So, and I think that's coming out next year, but I'm not positive about that. So, anyway, what you got in the chat there? Okay, I can see that.
Excalibur. That it's an older episode, but I set it up. But I just wanted to ask what kind of topics I could make presentations for. I know I'm very unusual, but
yeah. Gosh, I don't know. I kind of do mine on the fly, you know, and I basically, you know, I think tomorrow I'm going to do some kind of an AI thing, but what kind of topics for streaming or just for a video?
for streaming, like I could make the presentation, PDF it, and send it, and we could use it later.
Wow. I don't know. That's something that, you know, I guess we try to come up with a topic on this one, but we a lot of times wait till the last minute. Now this topic I came up with on, I came up on Tuesday, you know, but that was like Tuesday or Wednesday, actually, before Thanksgiving. So welcome, Finn from Switzerland.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hi,
So
a little late.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't know, Chaos. You know, I guess, you know, I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I could do topics that I've done before, because I don't want to do the mutants. That's like, I have to actually make a presentation for that, and my video is almost an hour long on that one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one topic I do sometimes on videos is Alita versus some other character in a different IP, you know? I mean, like Alita versus Thanos, Alita versus who knows, you know, Loki. I've done that. Alita versus the Predator, you know, that kind of stuff. I'm sorry, Finn?
Versus Darkseid.
Oh, yeah, I've done Alita versus Darkseid, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you could do some of that, I guess. Chaos.
I guess.
That's the only thing comes off the top of my head. What else you got there in the
mutants? That's another older one I made.
All right, let me put that in the public chat as well. If anybody wants to go check that out.
I'm thinking I could do a presentation based on that one, and I could just have the guidelines and the slides and
yeah,
work on the rest of it from there.
Yeah, I use PowerPoint for my presentation as opposed to, you know, as opposed to PDFs. But you can use PDFs. I don't see why you couldn't. You know.
I mean, I just know that PDF works in StreamYard.
Why do we have two fins?
Two?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I don't know.
Okay, well, we got two fins, so two avocados anyway.
It's my duplicate.
Okay, yeah, that's right, it's your clone.
Two fins is a catastrophe.
Yeah.
Oh, Alita has clones.
Yes, she does. Well, she got replicants, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So there you go.
Okay, I'm not Doctor Strange.
That's right. Well, anyway, that's our queen right there, and of course, like I say, we really appreciate her a lot because, and I'll tell you, man, in that play right there that she was in, Cyrano de Bergerac, she was awesome in that thing. God, she was good. So anyway, that's her. But I also want to give shout outs to Elle Lamont and Jessi Fisher, you know, because they're, you know, they are Screwhead, you know, and I think Elle said Jessi was the most badass stunt woman she ever worked with, or something like that, you know. So we want all three of these ladies to be in the sequel, certainly, because I know the Creek wants to see Screwhead and Alita team up, you know, when they take on Joshagon, you know, or his. Probably, I guess they would make Joshagon have a team, you know, as well.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I think so, you know. But anyway, we want all three of them in that sequel, Disney. So come on, let's get that sequel going, man. Jeez.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All right.
What he said.
Yeah. Are you going to be the host tomorrow, Angelus, or Maxie again?
I'll probably be the host.
Is Maxie still under the weather, or do you know, or what?
Not that I know.
Hmm.
Well, anyway, if you were Alita, who would you pick? Now,
Figure 4.
yeah, that'd be the Creek's pick as well, but we're going to talk about that tomorrow at Radio Chaos. Who should she have stayed with Figure 4, or maybe gone with somebody else like Chaos or Pingwu or some of these other people, that are in the mangas. So,
Has Figure 4 a chance for 6? Or the 6?
Zex, yeah, probably.
Yeah, he knows who Zex is. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, AR6. Yeah.
6 Zex.
Yeah, Zex.
Number 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
He knows him.
Numer Zex.
Yes.
Ja, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah. Genau. So, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, but should she stay with Figure 4, or should she pick one of the others? And of course, I think how Angelus and Creek are who we're going to pick, but we'll bring that back up tomorrow. So it should be a fun stream.
All right.
And of course, we're trying to get that sequel, and the Creek is really investing a lot into this, into my channel. I want to get the more subscribers I have, and I think Chaos. I think let me go back one here.
I've been inactive for a time, but I'll try and get back again. Schedules change a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, you can see there you are, the third from the left on the bottom down there. I mean, we got we got a whole bunch of people in the Elite Army that we're all trying to get the sequel. That all of us are. It's not just the Creek. I mean, for sure. For sure I want it. But we all want it, and we're all busting our butt trying to make it happen. So anyway, where was I? Was I here? I don't know. Was I there? No, but there's plenty of uwu there, so that's all right. But let me see there. Yeah, here's where I was. So anyway, you can check out my channel. You can check out any of the other channels, because I feature like a dozen channels, below my channel. So it's in the featured channels section, and go check them all out. And by the way, Chaos, when you do another stream, invite me to it. I'd like to participate.
I will. I just need to figure this out. It's right now I'm kind of busy back from the trip, but I'll let you know probably sometime during December.
Okay. And I guess we'll have a Stom Tish if you guys want to have one. I guess basically what this is that what the Stom Tish means, Alf English, is it means it's the regular staple. And
maybe. Oh no, go ahead.
Yeah, and if you're down south in the southeastern U.S., you'll see that term "liar's table" sometimes, but that's not what Stom Tish means, obviously. But if any of you are familiar with German culture, you go to a guest house or a pub. They don't call them pubs there, like a bar or something like that. There's always going to be a table in there where the regulars sit, and of course. A lot of these places will have like two tables, one where the tourists that think they're regulars sit, and the other one where the real regulars sit. Sometimes that happens too, But basically, what we like to do after the stream is if you want to come and join us, we won't be streaming this. So if you're a little nervous about being in front of other folks watching you or something like that, and we don't sometimes we turn our cameras on, but you don't have to, But we're not streaming this, It's just
more backstage.
Yeah, it's like being backstage is what it is. So, if you want to, just click on that link, and even after the outro finishes playing, you can still click on that link, and you can still come into this, come to the Stom Tish. Okay. And of course, we are the Alita Army, and definitely we are Alita advocates, and we support, you know, our girl Alita and our queen Rosa passionately and positively. And just to let Disney know that, yeah, we do campaigns and stuff like that, but we want Disney to know that we're not going anywhere. We are going to keep doing what we're doing until we get that sequel. You know, I mean, not just because we want to pester them, which we do. We do want to pepper them, like John Landau said, but that's fun, you know, and we get to talk about and, you know, kind of commiserate on and discuss and all that stuff. Our favorite character for sure. Well, why is that image there? Well, that image is there because I like it. And to paraphrase Gruishka, I'm only here for our girl and the Alita Army. And of course, all of us in the Alita Army are only here for our girl. So, you know, our girl being Alita. And we're also here for our queen, you know, Rosa. So we're here for both of them. So there you have that, Disney. Give us that.
Oh, I do have something. So I had a video. Yeah, my friend should show it. And it's like Battle Angel Alita is one of the manga mentioned in this video that I recommended it. So I'm going to get the link.
Okay.
So if it's for people, so if you liked Fallout, you like these media, and I included Battle Angel Alita in this volume too.
All right, let me put that in the chat. At least folks can go look at it.
Yeah.
Let's see. So it's in the chat. If you want to go, there's the link there on the right, so you can click on that and it'll take you to that video. So okay, well, this is a pretty short stream, but that's okay. So we're going to finish up with our call to action, and that would be on my count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Film those pickles,
baby.
All right, so we'll see you
Have a
next
good night.
week. We'll lead a live stream because we're going to have a manga reading next week. So
Oh, good.
it'll be like, I think it's volume 12 in the Mars Chronicles. And of course, I think next week on Radio Chaos, they're doing another manga reading. And
I was reading number 1.
oh, yeah? Oh, well, that's all right. At least you started. So anyway, we'll see you next week on the Alita live stream, and we'll see you tomorrow on Radio Chaos.
What's up, Alita Army? This is Hot Toys Alita, and I hope you enjoyed this week's Alita live stream. Please join my Uncle Creek, Angelus, and our other guests for next week's show. Remember, I do not stand by in the presence of evil, and film those sequels, baby. See you next time.